All right, good morning. Today we're talking about factoring a difference of two squares. So here's the rule. If you have something that's squared, you're going to take the square root of each of those. So a would be the square root of a squared, and then b would be the square root of b squared. And all you're doing is you're making sure that this has a negative in it, and then the factors have a plus and a minus. So let's play around with that. Let's do this one because I'm going to have the other one I'll do in class. So 4a squared minus 9. So check first, is it a difference of two squares? 4 is a perfect square, a squared is a perfect square, and 9 is a perfect square, and we have a difference. So it can be factored using this method. It's a very simple method. What you're going to do is you're going to say, well, I'm going to take the square root of 4, and the square root of 4 is 2, and then I'm going to take the square root of a squared, so that's 2a. Those go in your first terms. And then you take the square root of 9, which is 3, put those in your last terms, and then we do a plus and a minus. And it doesn't matter if you do 2a plus 3 or 2a plus 3, or if you put 2a minus 3 first. It doesn't matter because it's all going to come out the same. All right, if you go back and FOIL that, you'll see that the middle terms are going to cancel out. Okay, actually, I think I'm going to go back to the other one that I had because I want to show this. What are the binomial factors of this? Okay, so here's what you would do if you can't remember the rule. You say, well, I've got a y squared here. I don't have a middle term. There's nothing in the middle, so I'm going to do plus 0y. And then you've got a minus 81, okay, because you don't have a y there. So it can have the coefficient of 0. So you think, okay, well, I'm going to factor this. What are factors of negative 81 that add up to 0? So I've got my y in here. Negative 81. So I've got a lot of different choices, but by the time you work it out, you get 9 and negative 9. So you put in 9, you put in a negative 9, and there you go. There's your factors. Can do this with a box also, and it works out great. Okay, I got one more for you. Let's see. Let's try this one. 16x squared minus 64y squared. Okay, so this is a perfect square. So is that. This is a difference. That's a perfect square, and so is that. So we've got a difference of two squares, but we've also got something where we've got a common factor. And you can factor this without taking out a common factor first, but it's probably easier if you take out the common factor. So let's see. 16 goes into 16 once. 16 goes into 64 4 times. So let's do this. Let's take out a 16, and then let's go and factor. And before we factor it completely, let's just rewrite it without that 16. So you've got x squared minus 4y squared. Oh, look, we got two variables this time. It's a little bit more complicated. Okay, so now we're going to go and we check again. Is that a square? Yes. Is that a difference? Yes. Is that a square? Yes. Square? Yes. So now you go and you can factor this. So hold on, let me erase this here. All right, so we've got, bring down your 16. You're just going to go and you're going to write out x and an x. Then you take the square root of 4, which is 2. Put 2's in there. And don't forget your y. The square root of y squared is y. And then you do a plus and a minus, or a minus and a plus. It doesn't matter. And there you go. It's factored completely. All right. And then, so you have some practice problems to do with that. All right. Have a great day.